Okay, so let's get right into it. Picture this. You walk into a Korean restaurant with your colleagues or maybe some new friends. The table's all set, the food smells absolutely incredible. And then it happens. That little moment of hesitation, that awkward pause where everyone's kind of looking at each other thinking, where do I sit? It seems so simple, right? But it can feel surprisingly high stakes. Well, today, we are going to unpack the unwritten rules of the Korean table. So, yeah, let's just put the question out there, point blank. You're at the meal, everyone's gathering around the table. What's the move? Do you just, grab the closest empty chair? Do you hang back? Seriously, when is the right time to actually sit down? All right, look, let me give you the cheat code right up front, because it's actually super simple. The safest and honestly the smartest move you can make every single time is this. Just pause. Seriously. Take a breath, look around, and let the host or the most senior person there make the first move. If you just do that one thing, you will never, ever get it wrong. So we're talking about a pattern of respect. And see, that simple act of pausing, it's actually part of something way bigger. It's not just about being polite. It's about tapping into this really fascinating social logic. It's a whole pattern built on respect. And at the heart of that pattern is this idea, a seating hierarchy. Basically, in a lot of Korean social situations, where you end up sitting is anything but random. It's a kind of silent language. Your spot at the table is saying something about your age, your status, like at work, and your connection to the host and everyone else in the room. So this really boils down to two totally different mindsets, right? On one hand, you've got the convenience mindset, which, let's be honest, is how a lot of us operate. You see an open chair, you take it. Simple. It's all about what's easy. But then there's the respect mindset. And here, where you sit is way more intentional. The seating itself actually creates this kind of visual map of the social order and shows deference. And believe me, this isn't just for a casual dinner. When you get into a business setting, the stakes go way up. There's a great quote about this. In Korean meetings, seat choice can quietly communicate whether you understand rank and hospitality. It's one of those really subtle signals that tells people you're tuned in, that you get the cultural nuances. It says a lot without you having to say a word. Okay, so that's the why behind it all. Now, let's get practical. Let's talk about your 4-step playbook. This is your game plan. I want you to think of this as a quick mental calculator for that exact moment, okay? 4 simple steps. Step 1, and this is the absolute most important one, pause. Just don't rush. Step 2, identify. Do a quick scan of the room and figure out who's the host or who's the most senior person there. Step 3, observe. What are they doing? Watch for cues. Are they heading for a particular seat? Is someone else maybe guiding them? And then finally, step 4 is easy. Follow. Once that key person sits down, that's your green light. The main cue has been given, and now you can find your spot. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Most seating mistakes come from speed, not bad intentions. This is so key. No one's going to think you're a bad person. Really, the awkwardness almost always comes from just moving too fast. If you just slow down for a second, you give yourself time to read that social map of the room and find your place without any stress. All right, next up, what to notice. So we talked about that observe step, which is obviously super important. But what exactly should you be looking for in those couple of seconds? Let's break it down. Okay, here's your mental checklist. First, just double check. Who is the host or the senior person? Got it? Good. Next, where are they headed? Is someone gently guiding them somewhere? That's usually the seat of honor. Now, here's the big one, the main signal. Have they actually sat down? If they're still standing, you should be too. It's that simple. And last, just take a quick look around. Who else is waiting? I guarantee you're probably not the only one doing this little pause and observe dance. All right, and now for something I like to call the foreigner's advantage. Because if you're not Korean, there's a really reassuring piece to this puzzle. And this quote says it all. As a foreigner in Korea, respectful timing matters more than perfect rule memorization. This is so important to remember. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expects you to be an expert with a memorized rule book. But what they will notice and what they will absolutely appreciate is your respectful timing. That simple pause we keep talking about, it shows you're considerate, it shows you're aware. And honestly, that's worth way more than getting the perfect seat. And that really gets to the heart of it all. You have to see this as a pattern, not some kind of rigid script you need to memorize. It's not about memorizing lines for a play. It's about feeling the rhythm of the group, understanding the flow of the room, and just showing respect with what you do, not just what you know. So, there you have it. You've got the tools now. You know to look for the pattern, not to search for a script. So I'll leave you with this. The next time you're at a Korean meal and you feel that little moment of hesitation, what's the very first thing you're going to look for? You've got this.